a rich man. Rich in knowing who he is and where he be going. Yes, I can support him, but I cannot show that he is a man because that alone is for him to prove and exude from the way he walks to the way he moves, from the way he talks to the way he chooses to voice his opinion without disrespecting my view.
Hi, this is Judith from BlackcocoBrown. Thank you for being with us this weekend. As I promised, I have two talented artists joining me this week. Mr. Christopher and Affrica. Unfortunately, Affrica can't join us via video, but you will definitely be hearing her voice. So Affrica is a spoken word poet and a visual artist. I can display some of her artwork right now. I just can't wait. I'm so excited to see it. This is one of her totes. You can definitely check it out. She will be providing you with some more information as to getting her stuff or purchasing some of her items. But this is it. This girl is a wicked artist, wicked artist. And Mr. Christopher is also a spoken word poet and a photographer. And I'm hoping that Christopher will be able to show you some of his art piece, or definitely he will be providing you with some spoken word poems today. I just can't wait to hear him. No, sorry, I can't wait. So anyways, thank you guys again for being with us. And I'm excited, so excited this week. I also wrote a poem and it's all about art. And I hope you guys will enjoy. So I'm not sure. Affrica, did you say you were going to do a poem with us or no?
Well, I sent over the recorded. I could definitely try doing something a little under the weather, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
But
I don't.
We can do either one of the ones I sent you, or I can try giving it a go.
Yeah, well, okay, I won't bother put you on the spot. So just forget about that one, because I know you did send us a few videos, so we're definitely going to be showing that. So anyways, I do have some questions for you and Chris. So I'm going to ask the question first to Affrica. What is your definition of art?
Honestly, my definition is not quite the most precise. I guess whenever I think of art, I think of expression. That word always comes to mind. And whenever I think of expression, yes, it can be vague, but when people are creating and they have a passion behind it, I often see that capacity for art behind there. So whether they're, designing or building, if you look at it in a certain way of the fact that it has to start from nothing and be created and molded and come out into a final product. Like I often see art and art that way. So for me, my realms of art are poetry, video, as well as painting. It can really vary. Art is expression and passion. That's what it comes down to for me.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. And what about you, Chris? What is your definition of art?
All right, so I already wrote something on this. So I'm just gonna paraphrase and kind of read it. Art is never finished. It's not the final product itself. It's the process of creation. It's to contribute to the conversation of principles and ideas from our experience, brought to us by those who came before us. Art in its purest form is the imitation of nature, or simply put, art is interaction, more specifically how we interact with our environment and our reaction to the stimulus and how it makes us feel. It's how something makes us feel and then our reaction to it. And that's all it is. So everyone is an artist.
Yeah, I strongly believe in that. Yeah, I love that. When I was growing up in Jamaica, right? You always hear about artists, but when I heard about artists, I always thought it was just like someone that can draw. Honest to goodness. And that's all
Right.
that ever been introduced as artwork to us. We know that, Jamaica is into reggae and love to dance, but I never looked at it like an art piece, like in an art form. Is when I get a bit older and start doing a little bit more research and reading a lot more, then I start realizing that art is just so much more. It's just everything around us. Every striking little thing around us is art. Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's how it makes you feel, because you can have a nice piece of chicken in your mouth and it's like, nice man, and it tastes sweet. And you say, this is a nice piece of artwork.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of feeling that go into it. The person who cook it, the person who seasoned it first, and the person who, cook it. And you're like, yeah, man. And you could see the passion in their face when they're providing it. Go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say that even speaks to, like, just it's not a stereotype at all. Black people are better cooks in general, and just African history in general, because of the fact of we were the first people on this earth, and so the methods and the ideas that were just built upon, and like the passion of just what it means to love someone, you want to cook them a good meal. So I feel like that's just culturally rooted in us.
Amen, Chris. Amen. Yeah. So well said, my dear. So well said. Okay. When were you both introduced to art? Affrica, you can go.
All right. I would build off of the last question saying, okay, if like expression and passion is where, it buds out of, and similar to what Chris said, a budding out of a feeling, it all really started from pretty young. I'd say like elementary school. Something that was a key moment was my mom gave me this diary, and I was a little worried, someone might read it or whatever, but my mom was very much a person who's like, this is for you, swear it will not be touched. This is for you to express yourself and get ideas out. And I think that's where it started to be a moment where I started tapping into, well, what do I want to say? What do I want to share? What am I thinking about? And from there, it started to bud into things like poetry, because next thing I know, little writings, you start wanting to play with words and have fun with imagery. Drawing kind of came out of there too. And of course, video work. It all ended up tying into this big, I guess, concept of storytelling and expression and sharing. And similar to like what I had already said, it came out from elementary school.
Okay, good for you. What about you, Chris?
No, exactly that. I was just gonna say, like, it's something that's, I think everyone is an artist. So we're born artists in a sense, because of our imaginative ability, and to see beyond the confinements of the ideas that that we hold as adults. And in elementary school, it's just like you see that accentuated to the highest degree, because the child is put in an environment where nothing else is put as a priority other than that child's growth in terms of their creative and their expansion on ideas and looking at the intricacies of the ideas that they see. So school has always been kind of like a vice for creatives. It just kills you over the years,
It's our playground. We get to the sky is the limit sometimes there. I really agree with that.
Oh, beautiful, guys. Okay. What art do you most identify with? I know you both are spoken word poets.
I think it's art for me is almost like a season. It depends on what's going on at this moment. Sometimes the thing that's going to speak to me the most is drawing it out. Sometimes the thing that's going to speak to me the most is writing it out. And other times it's literally grabbing my camera and going outside and taking some shots and filming. So just like you're talking about a plate of food, maybe at this moment you feel like chicken, but the next you need some oxtail. It's what's gonna serve you, what's gonna fill your cup. And it can be very particular.
I like that. I
Yeah.
like that the thing when you say it's a season. It's a
Yeah.
season. Yeah. Because one day you feel like doing this, the next day you feel like doing that. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that analogy. Chris?
Yeah. I identify with like art that, like she said, is just, it demonstrates like a process of change. You know, seeing you go from believing one thing or being one thing or seeing one thing into seeing the other, and different variations, whether it be through movies, film, like it could be a film, it could be a painting, it could be anything, but just that broader aspect of telling the story. And you know, just anything that's introspective, you know, makes me question the frameworks of the world that I live in, and you know that dictates what I do and how I react.
Yeah. So that's actually just answering my other question of what really inspires you, right? So thank you guys. You guys just jumped right ahead and answered that question. Good for you guys. Yeah. What artists do you most enjoy creating? Because I know for me, I really like to write poems. I can't do anything else. So that I just really enjoy writing his poem. I know you both do two different things or maybe more. But which one do you find that you just enjoy the most?
I think I really have to say spoken word. The others are honestly similar to how some parents might say, you know, I love them all the same. I still have a little special place for spoken word, mostly because it got me out of my shell the most. It put me in front of people. Naturally, I'm very introverted naturally, but it just challenged me in a way that I didn't know I could grow into. And I think it's the earliest when I think about the art that started the earliest, the writing was the first form. So yeah, that would have to be it, spoken word.
Okay. And Chris?
Yeah, I like spoken word, but it takes a little too much out of me. Like there's like a process that comes with writing that, you know, it makes you want to dig deep. But photography, in a sense, like you just get to witness things happen and then you capture them, and that's a way of like documenting, kind of like establishing that, you know, you were there. You know, it's kind of like you're leaving your mark, but in the way that you see the world. You know.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good. Okay, so which artists or artists inspires you guys the most?
Honestly, there's some amazing just Canadian artists that I can think of. Spoken word artists such as Randall Adjei or Dwayne Morgan, Kim Dominique Ferguson in Montreal, TT. I forget the last name, but she's in Edmonton. There's some really great just Canadian artists. Don't even have to look very far. But outside of Canada, I'm definitely an Erykah Badu lover. She touches my soul. And other than that, I would say this spoken word artist called Jay Ivy. Those stand out for me.
Okay. Well, some of them I don't even know, but I know that you mentioned their name. I definitely have to go check them out. So thank you. And Chris?
Yeah, I like finding new artists every day. There's new artists every day to see, but like artists that like have influenced me, you know, it's a various, like a big list. It could be Michael Jackson from when I was a kid. It could be 50 Cent. It could be, you know, like it's anybody that you know, kind of tells a similar story, you know, to what I see.
Okay. I just found this artist, a poet by the name of Juliana Otuk Bitek. I swear to God, I hope I pronounced that woman's name well, but I just love her poem. I've never fallen in love with someone's words. and how they combine words together. And she uses a lot of repetition. And I love repetition in poetry, right? Her work is just absolutely beautiful. I hope you guys will check her out. Juliana Otuk Bitek. I think it's Otokbitek. Just learned about her. Love her book. Love her book. She has this one called, I think it's the 100 Days. 100 Days. And it has something to do with what happened in Rwanda. And she wrote poems according to that. Beautiful, beautiful. You guys should check her out. Professionally, what's your guys' goal when it comes to your art?
I saw that question, and honestly, it makes me feel similar to, when you go into a job interview and they're like, "What's your 5-year plan?" and whatnot. I think it's a very valid question. The first thing, though, I wanted to share, just in case there's some younger people kind of listening or watching in, sometimes things are not always laid out perfectly. A lot of times people tend to say, you need to kind of have a vision for action to come. When you've been super inspired, you can go and make this happen. But a lot of my life, I've had sometimes mental health setbacks where there may be some depression or anxiety, and often you don't necessarily have the inspiration right away, but you hold on to an action. You just make yourself do. You're like, you know what, I'm just gonna start. And from there, beautiful things can come. So you don't always have to wait for the perfect plan, the 5-year plan. You can just do. But that being said, goals are always helpful. I'd like to see my projects with poetry become a lot more independent and funded. I've done a lot of work that has been passion projects and me pushing it just solo, but I'd like to see more of a team. I'd like to see more funding coming in, and what the possibilities can be when it grows even beyond me. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Beautiful, Africa, beautiful. And it will definitely work out perfectly for you. I know that. I believe that it will.
Thank you.
Go in the direction that you want it to go, honey. It will.
Thank you.
And Chris?
Yeah. So up till recently, like all my work for my art has been freelance, and that doesn't make too much in the moment, because you don't have something that's super consistent. But something that I was thinking about making consistent was creating an NGO that allows for a creative hub, or like a creative hub, like a organization that allows for youth to join the programs and kind of be part of like an incubator program that funnels them into creative teams that work on projects for brands like Nike or whatever it is that their interests bring them to. And so that's just that's just a general idea.
Okay, good, Chris. I know. Go ahead.
Sorry. That's something that's crossed my mind as well, creating some kinds of hubs for creatives and whatnot. So that really resonates too with me, Chris, because we build off of each other,
Exactly.
It becomes an artist community. So if there's projects, if you can always let me know if there's projects where it's like you're getting a lot of artists together, just give me a shout.
Of course.
And that's what BlackcocoBrown is all about. It's about you guys communicating, getting together, and building a community. So here I am. Look at this, 2 artists that never known each other, and now they're connected and want to even join and build another community. That's beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Love it, definitely. Well, I want to say thank you, guys. Africa, please do provide your links where people can find. Again, I got to show it off.
Okay.
Let people know where they can find them. See, gotta show it.
You can find everything at my main website, thisisvoetry.com. So don't be confused. Doesn't say poetry, poetry with a V. This is poetry, visual poetry. And you can find all my works. That's my spoken word, my paintings, which are made into prints on items like mugs or totes or canvases, as well as my series, which is really focused on spoken word artists in individual episodes. So yeah, check that out. My Instagram is This Is Poetry and my Facebook is Poetry. I hope to see some of you there.
Definitely. And Chris?
Yeah, so I don't have an official website yet, but I have a Instagram page called little LIL _ bourgeoisie BOURGEOISE.
Yeah, we will definitely be posting that on this platform. So don't you guys worry, even if no one can remember it offhand, we definitely will be posting it. And I want to say thank you guys so much for being with us this week. And Chris, you have a poem to share. Africa have to hear it before she leave.
Yes, please, please.
This one a while back. I wake up in the morning and one sec. I wake up in the morning and inside I just don't feel right. I feel like giving up. I ask the Lord to hold my soul tight. A certain one is next for me when my people can't breathe right. Knees up on the windpipes, losing brothers to gunfights. We need to come together because they never had our interest. Rob us through a system and then stack up off the interest. Loans denied, so no, we can't just go about our business. Tell them that they're racist and they tell me that I'm tripping. And would you trade your life for mine, get labeled as the villain? Ain't nothing ethical about somebody making $1 billion while people poor, while people out there poor. A single mom, she got 4 children. And it's either rent or food for families. This shit is different. That's why I'm telling you, pay attention. Please just listen. We can't stand around no more. We got to change things for our children.
Wicked. Woo, woo, woo,
woo. Beautiful. Since I don't have the video on here right now, I can give one small poem if you'd like.
You see what happens? One poet inspire another. Go ahead, Africa. Take the mic, girl. Take the mic.
Like I said, I'm not at 100%, but here we go. This is an old one. I want a man. I want a rich man. Rich in knowing who he is and where he be going. Yes, I can support him, but I cannot show that he is a man because that alone is for him to prove and exude, from the way he walks to the way he moves, from the way he talks to the way he chooses to voice his opinion without disrespecting my view. Arguments due to conflicting ideals will be more than the he said, she said. Nah, because he is a man and not a boy. He does not cuss nor curse. We converse through better or worse. He puts me first. As his woman, I am with him. He trips, I lift him, hooked beside him to guide him, and I will never deny him. The wisdom of my words, the sincerity of my smile, the reminder that I love him if I haven't said it in a while, because I love you. A rich man. Rich in knowing that our bond be deeper than any depth, higher than any height man can achieve. It cannot be fathomed nor imagined, because like Adam and Eve, we are man and woman. But the fact that he is a man, I cannot show him, and I will not show him, because that alone is for him.
Wicked, girl, wicked.
Thank you.
That is beautiful. Love it, love it. You guys are amazing. Wicked. I thank you guys for being with me today. I really appreciate you here with me. I just can't say how much my heart is like totally glowing. Anyways, me write one like a poem, right, too. So let me share my poem, and I would like my audience to be here. I might stumble a little bit because it's kind of fresh, right? So as we were on the topic about art, and as I said to you earlier, art in Jamaica, what I've known of it was just to draw, right? So I was never thought of myself as an artist until I came to Canada, get a little older and start doing my little reading and writing. And then being introduced to poetry. Didn't even know that I was a poet. I just started claiming it. I used to just say I'm an aspiring poet, but no, I can't say I am a poet, right? So this is all based on what I think art is. So here it goes. Art, I just figure out, just start from yard. First start from yard. It's the rooster morning songs. It's the tongue, it's the tongue of my patois and the beauty of my accent. It's my grandmother Wawa's rice and peas and stewed on chicken. It's in the way her love molds me. It's Auntie Nita's banana dumplings. Art is the Dutch pot on top of the coal fire, prep for a runabout mission. It's the come sit down and yam some curry chicken back and white flour dumpling from the runabout mission. It's the brown sugar lemonless aid. It's the thing in the bottle. The suck from Mr. and Mrs. Bailey shop. It's the stewed June plum and in the tight plastic bag. Sun hot from Miss Claudia's stall. Art is the lime stick up to the East Indian mango ripened for the pickings. It's the movement of Spuggy climbing the breadfruit tree. It's the moment of silence heard from the rowing of the ocean, the coming and the going of the waves on Port Royal shorelines. It's the salty ocean scent breeze collide with the sweet scent of burning pimento woods. It's the bami and escabeche fish from Miss Gloria's restaurant by the sea. Art is the exchange of chatter for laughter. It's the laughing that make your belly bust. It's the dandy shandy 10 points when the box ball goes through my legs untouched. It's a sex love me hear Johnny gets from Friday night domino game. It's the rolling of the dice on the Ludi board. Art is reggae music calling from the east. It's calling from the west. It's calling from the north and it's calling from the south. It's another new dance them picnic introduce them body to. It's the mix up and blend up storytellers in a big 12 on Arnold Road. It's Mr. Mark Chatty Parrot. It's the lies and the truth. Art is the ghetto life stories. Thank you.
Wow. I'm loving both of your poems for many different reasons. I love the visuals and the taste and the seeing of yours. And Chris, like you brought me just some realities that we often think about but don't sit on those topics, you know?
Yes.
So
and your poem definitely, but when you say you want a rich man, I say, but I want one too. But then when you get into it and you start explaining what richness is, I said, yes, I get you, girl. Yes, that kind of richness is sweet, even though the money would be sweet too. But yeah, that kind of richness is.
I can take both. That's fine.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. The cadence kind of reminded me of like a Maya Angelou.
Thank you. That's a huge, yeah. Well,
Huge compliment, definitely. Yeah. And just the way your voice sings, I just love it. You are definitely a talent, girl. Definitely a talent. And I'm so blessed to have you guys in my present. I'm so blessed to have you guys with me. Definitely. Thank you guys so much. And we definitely have to build a community of more artists. Let's definitely do it. I'm all game. And you can have Mama Judith on the side doing our 1 and 2 little poems.
I love it.
You should make that poem a children's book.
Yeah, I could see that. I could really see the visual.
Pardon me?
You should make that. You should make that poem a children's book.
Oh, really? Oh my
Yeah, for
goodness.
kids,
Okay.
Yeah,
back
Okay.
home.
I could see the pages with beautiful art, like colorful art on it, and yeah,
Yeah.
just showing that kind of
Okay, Africa. So we're up a talk.
like yeah.
Yeah, me and you and Chris up a talk and put this together. What you saying?
Yeah.
Yes, let's
If you
do
got
it.
a
Let's do it.
project, yeah.
Yes, let's definitely. No, I'm a serious enough.
Reach
Yeah.
out. Let me know.
I made a children's book in high school like once. You know, it wasn't like it wasn't amazing, but you know, at least I know like some type of structure, so I'll provide whatever I can.
Okay, let's get this one out there, honey. And all of us 3 names on the book, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's do it. I'm not joke either. Serious thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much for being with me. And I thank you all for being with Black Cocoa Brown. And please check out Chris and Affrica. Their information will be added. And remember that Black Cocoa Brown is not just a brand, we are a voice. And we will definitely change the narratives one story at a time. Again, together, one story at a time. Please subscribe and like and share. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you, Chris and Affrica. I love you guys so much. Respect. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Bye
you.
for now.
I've got a tight grip around my wrist, and I often let it dismiss all that my present brings. Because in spite of the past being riddled with angst, that past, no, he never falls short of living up to what he promised. He promised to leave a dash of bitter as I taste the sweet. Promised to wipe away smile the moment laughter creeps. He'll catch it in throat before lips part and have me swallow it. Let regret wash and follow it down. Did you forget? You signed up for this. Each time your grip on your wrist got tighter. So, yes, I've got a tight grip, but I'm letting it loosen. The seeds of my past are deeply planted, but I'm rerouting the dead end of a never-ending limbo. So if life holds no meaning, allow me to mount my symbol. She is made up of many signs, lefts and rights, and though at times I'm brought down, in many others I rise. Unpredictable in her nature, but her deliberately set lights make possible sight into insights of dark moments. That is, if I let go of fighting the trip, let go of all those memories, histories, all those moments past. I will flip the script and take my sip because flying is not that impossible. Crease your eyelids, smile wide. I am able to stride in my step despite the weight heavy. Yes, the glass is half empty, but I will not deny the drink. Think and savor the trip's dynamics, release, and become just as flexible as it. Take pride in what is to be found. Release. Unafraid to truly catch yourself laughing fully out loud. I just wanted to say that piece definitely personified man as that deep grip on everything, the stress, the, anxieties, the grip. But I wanted the woman to definitely personify the fact that things can fly, things can be very unpredictable, as I said, and you have no idea where it's going to go, so let it happen. Thank you.